What's up, guys? My name is Rob Donaldson, and today we are back with episode number 34 of Rob's Best Bets for the date of January 3rd, 2023. As always, you can find me on Twitter at RobDFB, and if you want more content like this in the future, please hit that like and subscribe button because it really does help out a ton. And before we get into today's video, let's recap Monday's betting performance. And it was our first losing day in a few days, and it wasn't a terrible losing day. Obviously, what happened in Monday Night Football, it's one of the scariest things I've ever seen in a sporting event in my lifetime, and seeing the player reactions on the field, I think, is what absolutely just drove a pit into my stomach. And we were on Bengals money line in that game, but like, who gives a shit at that point? I didn't want to watch the game resume, and my thoughts go out to Damar Hamlin and his loved ones as I'm recording this. That said, we do have a lot of college basketball action here on Tuesday, and we will continue pushing forward and hopefully continuing to make money as the season goes on here. All right, for our first pick of the day, we are taking a look at a MAC matchup between Eastern Michigan and Bowling Green. And this Eastern Michigan team is probably one of the hardest teams to figure out in college basketball this season, as it almost feels like there are games where Amani Bates and company put forth an actual effort, and then there are other games where they're just kind of coasting and playing a game of pickup. That said, this is a good spot for them coming off one of their better performances on the road against South Carolina, and with a pick'em line here, I really like the Eagles to get it done for 2 units for our first pick of the day. For our second bet of the day, we are taking a look at a Big East matchup between St. John's and Marquette, and this Marquette team has been exceeding expectations all season long and really looking like the real deal. That said, it's tough to go on the road back-to-back in the Big East and come away unscathed, and what we saw in the second half of the St. John's game against Xavier at home is that the combination of Posh Alexander, Andre Curbelo, Joel Soriano, and David Jones can really put up points and force turnovers and really go on some impressive stretches of play. And as this line stands, it feels like an absolute trap for Marquette backers. So that said, let's take St. John's here, getting the 3 points for 2 units, and let's throw an additional unit down here on the money line as well. For pick number 3, we've got a Mountain West showdown between Fresno State and New Mexico, and similarly to that St. John's Marquette game, we're seeing New Mexico here on the tail end of a mini road stretch where they narrowly snuck by Wyoming last time out, and over their last 2 road games this season, they've won those games by a combined 5 points. I really do think an upset here is very possible, and although I do want to bet the money line, I'm going to hold off for this video. It's probably something I bet near game time, but for now, let's just take Fresno State with the 5 points here for 3 units for our third play of the day. For pick number 4, we are taking a look at an ACC matchup between Boston College and Notre Dame, and this Notre Dame team shows zero resemblance to the Notre Dame teams we've been seeing over the past few years, and seeing them as favorites on the road against a team with athleticism and length, yeah right, this might not be a very good Boston College team, but we're still taking them here with the points and on the money line for a total of 4 units. For pick number 5, we're headed over to the SEC where we have a matchup between Vanderbilt and South Carolina, and we're seeing Vanderbilt here laying 10 points in this spot. Man, this might be a trap, but how can you not take the points with the Gamecocks here? They are playing their best ball of the year as of late, and the perimeter shooting we saw last time out from Vanderbilt really felt like an aberration. So for 4 units, give me South Carolina here, getting the 10 points rather for our 5th play of the day. For pick number 6, we are taking a look at a Big 12 matchup between Texas Tech and Kansas, and this might be the game of the night over there in Lubbock. And as we know, the Big 12 cannibalizes itself every single year with upsets, and seeing as the length, size, and defense is on the side of Tech in this one, I really like their chances of pulling an upset here at home. So for 4 units, let's take the Raiders with the 2.5 points, and let's throw an additional unit down here on the money line as well. For our 6th pick of the day, we are heading out to East Lansing where we have a Big Ten matchup between Michigan State and Nebraska. And Nebraska is coming off a huge home win against Iowa, but just as impressive, I think, was what Sparty looked like against Buffalo, a good Buffalo team at home with Malik Hall back in the lineup. I really think we see Michigan State launch forward after that game, and now that they're getting back to full strength, I think they're easily one of the better teams in the Big Ten and can potentially win the conference outright. So give me Michigan State here, laying the 6.5 points for 5 units for our 6th play of the day. All right, for our final pick of the day, we are going to do something a little bit different and something we've never done on this channel, and that's place a parlay. I think this is a really good slate to do that with, and the value is definitely there. So for our first leg, we are going to take a look at Texas Tech on the money line. And for leg number 2, we are going to take a look at Michigan State on the money line. And for leg number 3, we are going to take a look at Boston College on the money line. And for our final leg, we are going to take St. John's on the money line. And I place this over here on DraftKings, so the odds that you're going to get are going to be 1,257. You can shop around for that if you like, but that was the best one that I found at the time of recording this. And we're going to throw 1 unit on it. I am not a big fan of parlay betting. I'm not a big advocate for it as well, but I think this is a good spot for one here for our final play of the day. All that being said, I really want to thank all of you for checking out today's video, but before you go, I do have an additional free play again over on Twitter, and all you have to do is head over to Twitter and drop a follow at RobDFB, and then simply message me asking for that extra free play, and I will send you a message back with that pick. And it's a pick that I am somewhat high on. I have 3 units on it. And again, all you have to do is head over to Twitter and follow me at RobDFB, and I will send you over that additional free play. All that being said, if you do want to show additional love to the channel, definitely feel free to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment down below. And as always, I will see you in a future video. Take it easy.